Whispers drift through the walls. Mystery lingers in every room. We navigate in shadowy gloom. What goes bump in the night? Keep your ears and eyes open, hold tight. In the shadows, we'll uncover the truth. Follow your trail, I got nothing to lose.
Hello and welcome to Whatgoesbump tonight.
Is there life after death? Yes.
Oh, what? Ooh, what the? Oh my god, is my shirt moving right now?
Why should we be afraid of you?
Hello and welcome to What Goes Bump Tonight. I'm your host, Riley Clark, and alongside me as always is
Trevor Jensen.
And today we are back live on the YouTube to talk to y'all. Hope y'all have been fantastic and having a great spooky season. We have been hard at work preparing for Halloween for all of you, and next week we will be releasing 2 videos back-to-back nights. Stimson Hospital, Old Lincoln County Jail with the Ghost Bros.
You mean Blackford County Jail?
Oh, yeah.
You went way farther back than you should have.
Blackford County Jail with the Ghost Bros.
That's great. I love that though. But we just love Halloween so much that we have decided. I don't know what's the topic that we decided to do today, Riley.
Today we are going to talk about the history of Halloween. It's way more fucked up than you think it is.
Yeah, I had no idea, and I was very uncultured until today about the Samhain.
Yeah. Last thing before we jump into the history, make sure you head to the Ghost Bros channel.
Yes,
on
please.
Friday to watch
their premiere.
Where we collab with them at the old Blackford County Jail, because trust me, it's wild.
It's wild as hell. It's good, and it's exactly what you guys are gonna be absolutely drooling over, because after that one, ours is gonna come out and you're gonna see a different perspective, and it's and we actually stayed a little bit later, so
yeah, and more stuff. Yeah, the whole part that isn't in their videos in ours too.
Yep, and you guys are gonna love it. So that's the best.
Yeah, notifications pretty much cleared right there. But yeah, before we go, everyone in the chat, what's going on? Butters,
Beautiful
those
faces.
dweebs, Patty,
Everybody in the old
Creepy Confidential,
chat land.
the creeps. Welcome back. We missed you.
Yep, we take too much time off in the summertime, but it's because we're just producing banger after banger video. Is all I have to say.
Yeah,
but without further ado, why don't we just dive right in? So, Samhain, the dead walk among us. It all began over 2,000 years ago on the rugged wind-swept plains of the ancient Ireland. The festival of Samhain marked the end of the harvest and the beginning of winter, a time when the world seemed to hold its breath as the days grew shorter and the chill depth crept closer. Sorry, I seen you doing that, and I was like, I was right in front of my face. The Celts' death wasn't just a distant fate. It was a constant companion, lurking in the shadows, waiting for its moment. On Samhain, death came closer than ever before. The Celts believed that on this night, the barrier between the world of the living and the realm of the dead was thin, almost non-existent. Spirits of the departed, whose had died... I gotta scroll down. Where's the mouse? There it is. Who had died in the past year, and even older souls could cross back into our world. Some sought vengeance, others merely wandered in confusion. Villagers lit massive bonfires to ward off evil spirits, known that for one night the world was alive with the dead. I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to just butcher it. Asi, ancient spirits of nature, were also believed to walk freely among the living on Samhain. And not all were benevolent. The darker stories told of how the beings could snatch away the souls of the unwary, leading them into the forest, never to return. Offerings of food and drink were left outside homes to appease these spirits. The ancient precursor to modern trick-or-treating, but back then it wasn't for fun, it was for survival. For those who dared to venture into the night unprotected, the threat wasn't just spiritual. I almost said supernatural. Some legends spoke of terrifying creatures of the night, most notably the Dullahan, a spectral horseman riding across the hills, carrying his head in his hands, and this figure that would later evolve into one of America's most famous Halloween legends, the Headless Horseman of the Sleepy Hollow. But in the dark ages of Ireland, the Dullahan was a harbinger of doom, a death omen whose appearance meant that the soul would be collected before the night ended. Shit! Yeah, I didn't realize that it was that deep already.
Yeah.
I missed you guys too.
All right.
Here we go. We're just gonna keep rolling.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep
we'll
rolling.
just talk about this at the end because there's a lot to digest.
Yeah. Okay, rituals of life and death. The connection between life and death is inescapable in the origins of Halloween. Sam was as much celebration of death as it was a reckoning with it. Druids, the spiritual leaders of the Celts, would perform divination rituals, seeking the communication with dead and uncover what the future held. They cast bones of animals into the flames of their sacred bonfire, reading the way the bones burned. The cracks in the shard remains to glimpse into what lay beyond. It was a night of prophecy. Who could learn of their fate, and sometimes it was better not to know. Death in ancient times was not feared as the end, but as a gateway into another world, a shadowy realm where the spirits dwelled, and yet the living had reason to fear it because sometimes those who crossed over did not stay in the land of the dead. Restless souls, though, who have died violent or unjust deaths, were said to roam the earth of Samhain, seeking revenge or closure. These spirits weren't the friendly ghosts who seem in modern folklore. They were vengeful, twisted by anger and sorrow. The stories of these revenant spirits rising from their graves to reclaim what was taken from them echo through the times. The ancient Celts would leave offerings at burial mounds and crossroads, placed believed to be gateways to the underworld, in hopes of appeasing these restless dead. Failing to do so might mean the corpse would fail, or crops would fail. Sorry, crops would fail.
I think the corpses are always gonna fail,
but those might fail too. Your livestock would sicken or worsen. You might become the target of a vengeful spirit.
And it deepens. So now we will move into the rise of witches and spirits. So, as the centuries passed and Christianity spread across Europe, the church attempted to extinguish the old pagan rituals of Samhain. But the night was too powerful, too darkly alluring to be erased. Instead, they transformed it to All Hallows Eve, the night before All Saints' Day. And it became a time to honor the saints and martyrs. But beneath this new veneer, the ancient traditions persisted. The villagers still feared the night when the dead could walk among them. It was during the Middle Ages, as the fear of the supernatural grew, that the figure of the witch emerged in full force. Once seen as healers and wise women, witches became symbols of dark, forbidden power, capable of summoning spirits and casting curses. Halloween became not just a night of dead, but the night of witches, demons, and dark forces. People would leave candles burning in their windows, hoping to guide the souls of the dead back to the afterlife, while also keeping the witches at bay. During these times of fear of witches flying across the night sky on broomsticks, or demons creeping through the streets, took root in the collective imagination. Families would carve grotesque faces into turnips, later replaced by pumpkins in America, to ward off evil spirits, hoping that the flickering light of the lanterns would keep the darkness away.
It's so interesting how we went
It
from
just went so
being like in honor of death, basically, and
to just
witches, burn them, demons.
Fuck it. We're just gonna this is a ritual. Now this is not. Wait. I mean, it is in a way, but how are they just gonna try to do away with something that was so not even that bad if you really look into it. Like, I don't think that pagan ritual really had any like negative connotation. Not at all. If anything, they're warding off the evil spirits with their bonfires and pyres. I don't know. That seems pretty good to me.
I don't know. Weird. The Headless Horseman, a legend of death reborn. The story of the Headless Horseman is perhaps one of the most enduring paranormal legends associated with Halloween. Its roots stretch back to the Dullahan, the ghostly harbinger of death in Celtic mythology. In Washington Irving's American Tale, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, the specter transforms into a Hessian soldier decapitated in battle during the Revolutionary War, who haunts the forest of Sleepy Hollow. He rides in search of his lost head, a terrifying symbol of death refusing to be forgotten. The headless figure, a chilling embodiment of death's relentless pursuit, has become an iconic symbol of Halloween. His stories intertwine with the ancient fear of the dead returning to claim the fear, living a fear that still gasps us today. The horseman represents the inability to escape death, no matter how far you run. You will hide, he will find you.
Fuck that. I mean, how true is that though? Like, we're literally walking around in like mortal coils that are going to expire one day, and like death comes for us all. How fucked does that sound?
Yeah, I think if anyone was to ever capture the headless horseman on camera, it'd be the most epic thing ever.
I don't even doubt that it happens though, because like I bet you if you're going to like Sleepy Hollow, like I bet you at one point you see like the battle that happened there, and it's like, oh, that dude got to. Oh, there's a fuck. He's now head. What are we doing?
He's and you look down, there's just a ghost head right next to you.
Like, so modern Halloween and haunted by history. I can't speak. As the centuries passed, Halloween evolved into a night of fun and fright, but its ties to the paranormal and death remain deeply embedded in its traditions. The jack-o'-lanterns we carve an echo in the ancient protective talisman that once lined doorways. The costumes we wear are distant relatives to the disguises worn to trick warding spirits. The haunted house we visit are echoes of the haunted landscapes that once terrified our ancestors. But no matter how playful the modern celebration has become, Halloween is still a night where the dead walk among us. Stories of ghosts, poltergeists, and demonic entities are more prevalent than ever, and they say that on Halloween night, if you listen closely, you can hear the whispers of those of the long past, the breath of spirits just behind your shoulder, the chill that runs down your spine. Perhaps it's not just the cold. So, when you light your pumpkins this year, remember, it's more than just a decoration. It's a beacon in the dark, a flickering light to guide lost souls home, and to keep the horrors of the night at bay, because on Halloween, death isn't far away. It's all among us, it's always around us, and it's waiting, watching, and sometimes, just sometimes, walking among us. As you see in our investigation videos, we have actually caught them walking among us.
100% have.
Like, what? That's all I have to say to that one. But, let's dissect this, Riley. This is fucking
Let's dissect it.
Very interesting to me. Like, at the very deepest roots, like, it's very interesting to me that they had that more spiritual grounding already in what they were doing. So, like, the fact that Samhain was like the day where the veil was lifted just enough to where you could you would have malevolent spirits, you would have like actual spirits like trying to find their way from whatever plane of existence they're on. Was that where we fucking had all the answers and we just fucking lost the trail and nobody wanted to keep track of that shit? Like, that's what I'm feeling like, dude, because that's
sounds wild. Like it originally came from like a good thing. Like,
it does. It seems like it's like one of the things that like a
respect of death.
They put the negative connotation on it because it 100% had to do with something that they just didn't like,
which is death. Yeah,
which is death. Yeah, nobody wants to address death. As terrible as it is, it's like I know for a fact that grieving sucks, and you don't want to do that. But like realistically, like it's like how we said it. It's always among us. It's always watching and waiting. Like, unfortunately, like some good people do get taken too early, and it's fucking tragedy. But it's inevitable. That's the only sad fact of this world. It's inevitable. And if you live your life thinking that every day could be your last, and you do what you need to do to be your goodest person, do what you need to do. Amen. Sorry.
But then there's also, when it develops, the people bringing it over to the United States, and how once it gets mixed into like other religions, that it starts being looked at as like still a death thing.
Right.
Still a death thing, but when it gets a little darker with like demons being more part of it than they were originally.
That's where I start to lose the whole like, man, the allure is there for sure, but like when we coattailed off of like what it actually should be, which is like a day to guide the restless souls home and to ward off those evil spirits that are looking to snatch them away.
Into what Halloween has become in the modern day.
Yeah, like let me just candy grab, which I'm not saying we should take that away from the kids. No. But like I was unprivy to all of this shit before today. So like, oh no.
It's kind of like just learning that a pickle is a cucumber.
Yeah, like oops. I've missed the boat, guys. Like I found it today though. I was swimming for a while.
I mean, I've always known that that's what it was truly about.
I just thought it was like
I think that's why all of us paranormal people, like, we love Halloween, because it's finally like an acceptable day to like be
also
about
like
that
dressing
stuff.
up too on a day that doesn't matter. People aren't gonna just judge me for doing it. Like, hey man,
but we wanted to refer to you guys, like, what does Halloween like mean to you, and like what does the past of Halloween mean to you? Like, like, do you have memories from Halloween and stuff? Like, even if it's paranormal, does weird shit happen to you on Halloween? We want to know. You guys got to let us know.
For sure.
Either in the live chat right now or in a comment later.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Either one. Because we love to hear these stories.
Or message us if it's...
Or again, put them out there.
If you want to.
So, what do you guys want to talk about next? There is a lot of options. We could continue with this one. That's fine. Because I absolutely adore the fact that it's like, when you look at like how it's based off the Irish, like over in Ireland, like, I don't know, like to me, that's where a lot of like history still lives. Like you see a lot of the old Irish pubs and like the old cobblestone roads, and like that's where it feels like fresh. And you know what I mean? Like if that's gonna live on through the years, like that's probably the best place for it to have started. Like shit. Interesting. See, I would also agree that like it feels like it's easier now to go find ghosts, but then again, like, is it only because now we have more information of locations being more available to paranormal investigators, and everybody's now networked enough to where it's like, hey, that place is on it, that place is on it, that place is on it, that place is on it. Even though we always say like every place could be haunted, but realistically, some places are just more charged than others. So, yeah, that's a hard question to like load.
Yeah, maybe for it to be thinner since 2020, I think it's always thin, especially on
Halloween for sure.
I feel like it's got to be. If like,
do you think it's thinner for say like the adolescents, or like
I think more or less because of what they were fearing originally, and that it's the end of like a seasonal cycle of like harvest.
Yeah,
and like once it turns winter, like winter is like, think about it, it's kind of a dead space.
Yeah, it very much.
A lot of things die off for the winter.
You see a lot.
It's tougher to live in the winter, especially if you were fending for your own survival.
No, I never thought about it in that way either, too. That's a really good point.
So you're just waiting for that next cycle to happen. And you just live for that summer to go down.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly what Noel said, though. Like, it's thicker. Like, the air in, like, on a Halloween night is thicker. Like I've thought that for so many fucking
literally
years.
It was for us last year because it was like pounds of snow.
Yeah, but like realistically though, like you like, you know how we always explain it, like paranormal cobwebs and stuff, or like spider webs that you walk through, they're just charged as shit. Like when I was like trick-or-treating from like my 16 like year old life on, like every Halloween did feel different. Like I don't know what it was. Like I could always like say like something fell off, but I couldn't put the like pinprick on what off meant. Now it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm empathic. Like who knows?
Not We really
Fuck.
don't know. we fly by the seat of our pants, buds.
Well, I mean, like, we have an investigation. If words weren't so fucking hard, we have an investigation coming up this weekend that we will be working on and we will be collaborating on. I don't know if we're supposed to talk about it yet, so I'm not going to say with who or where unless they want to talk about it, and they can. So for sure. But then after that, we literally have nothing. We want to do another big location.
We have a documentary that we want to do really
Mhm.
bad too. We started filming it a little bit this summer, but we need more time to.
Yeah, that's one of those. It wasn't a half-baked idea, but it was definitely like a we're going in baked. Like, all right, this is turning out great. We need to take this a lot farther and take it a lot more serious, because I was totally thinking that this was going to be a one-time deal, because we didn't ever really talk about doing a documentary until that like exact time where we filmed that, and we're like, that was really good. Really like that. Shit, we could do a lot with this.
And then, I mean, really,
we're totally down for talking about it. We're going back to the poorhouse on Saturday, where we caught all of those crazy voices, the footsteps.
Yeah,
like,
where we were with Tommy and Randy. We're going back with the dweebs. And what's going to be cool is everything will actually be put together now.
Yeah, it
won't be under construction.
Fully back to like normal, where you don't have to like climb around stuff, which we actually didn't. They did a really good job of keeping everything very tidy when they were even working in there. So, but no more like footsteps on like the paper. It's going to be footsteps on like legitimate like fucking floors, because there's no doubt about it that I think that's going to happen again. And oh my God, I really want to catch those fucking hide and go clap stuff again. I think that we can replicate that. At least I hope we can, because that it didn't come across on the camera good enough, but it's like, I
remember in real life for sure.
So much harder to get that, because that was fucking crazy. One of the craziest nights that we've had investigating, for sure. Some of the most credible evidence I think I've ever seen.
That's good. We hope all of y'all collab.
That's what I'm saying. Paranormal community. That's what it's all about. Everybody that can network together and like create friendships, bonds, and then what's better than investigating with people?
We are too, and I'm going to make it. I already.
Oh yeah, be there. Yeah, we'll be there. Don't worry about that. Other than that, we don't know. We'll take suggestions like of places that aren't ridiculously expensive to like overnight, because we want to do an overnight, but it's also like, let's keep it within like a
you already know what Butters is gonna say. He's gonna say Bill Guinness property.
No, I know. That one's funny to me too. Like, it's a good one for sure. Don't get me wrong.
It is, because what Tommy caught there is mind-blowing.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
If you haven't seen that, make sure you go watch Tommy Toonstone's video at the Bill Guinness property, because I'm pretty sure he caught an alien.
Yeah, I don't know. Aliens are cool, and they're
not
real.
Even kidding you.
They're fucking real, dude. Aliens are real. I'll die on that hill. You can just plant my flag there. Oh boy.
You did one at your work. That's crazy.
See, that's cool too. I love that shit. Post Town is the shit still. I love investigating Post Town. But you need to get back out on that horse. Get into a fucking cemetery. Get back out there. They're calling your name. I know that you want to do it so bad.
Exactly.
Or if we could have you come here and investigate with us if we had a place locked in, which we don't have any like local places that really want to work with us.
Oh yeah, and we know about the antique store too.
The antique store does suit my interest as well.
I don't know. We just got to figure it out, y'all. Give us time. We always figure something out. And just kind of, like I said, we kind of just fly by the seat of our pants.
Yes, sirs and ma'ams. Penhurst? Yes. I've always wanted to go to Penhurst.
Because there's a few more like big collabs that we're trying to make happen too that we're super excited about at big locations. So we're just hoping that it all pans out.
We'll just do this for now. It's just fine. We've been talking. So, you guys want to hear some more spooky stories or like some SCPs, or like you guys want to talk about a certain topic other than what we've been talking about? Is there anything that suits your needs? This is Halloween, of course.
Halloween special, the history of Halloween.
And we want to serve you because I made this for you.
And we've just been gone for a long time on YouTube, so we're just going to get back into it, and we wanted to just chill with the night crew and see what y'all are about.
Very much so.
if y'all are as excited about Halloween as we are.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I am. I mean, Violet is at that age where it's like it's just
there's a
so
lot
fun.
of good freaking content coming out, not just from us, but
that's true. Project Limestone is one
literally
that comes
tomorrow.
to my mind.
Yeah, that's gonna be literally the best documentary anyone's seen.
Yep, about Joliet. Ooh, it's gonna be good, dude. That's one that has me excited for sure.
Yeah, we all know Zach is super talented.
Pull up the SCPs. I'm gonna read an SCP. This is worth it. Halloween deserves an SCP file.
I agree. Should we just pick a random one?
Yeah, just pick a random one, preferably a monster one. I mean, who doesn't like reading about classified monsters? Bold claim. Color me intrigued. Bold move, Cotton. I think this one could be good. What was it called? Why do they not put the name of the thing in it? Like, why?
I think it was something variant. The last remaining variant.
The last
STP
remaining variant. All right. Fuck yeah. Why not? We'll just dive on into this too. So, if you guys aren't familiar with SCPs, it's Secure, Contain, Protect. Is that what it is? And this is a file that is ever fucking growing and forever like infinite of just fucked up. Is the best way to say it.
We've had a series on the SCP files for a long time. And they've always done really well and we enjoy them. So we're going to share with it. Why not? It's Halloween. Might as well.
So put yourself in the old imagination copter really quick. Put your little like zoomy hats on because we're going to go flying away.
Get the tin foil ready.
So this SCP, like this is a government wing that is a full on like secret service, basically, that is
Men in Black, essentially.
Yeah, and they control the world and they have all the power in the world. So just imagine that. So here we go. So they have containment classes, and this one is Euclid, which means it is dangerous. The threat class is, oh shit, multiversal. Didn't even know that existed.
Never seen this before.
And then special containment procedures. Currently, SCP-7023 is being contained in a standard humanoid cell at Site-24 under the authority of the Foundation variant ZL/152A. Investigation into the origin of its anomaly is ongoing. Individuals searching for more information should contact the Department of Multiversal Defense. What the The zoomy hats. Sorry. That one caught me off guard because I didn't even realize I just word vomited that out. So the description says SCP-7023 is Julian August Marie, a baseline 33-year-old human male currently in the custody of the Foundation in universe ZL-152A. Oh, fuck. SCP-7023 is non-anomalous, however, appears to be the only remaining multiversal variant of an individual most commonly referred to as Julia Tron. The Department of Multiversal Defense is currently investigating the reason for the multiversal anomaly. So far, the investigation has reached several conclusions. Riley, take over for a second. My brain is spinning now.
Julian Mara of universe ZL/152A is the only remaining multiverse variant matching their multiverse signature. No signature matching that of SCP-723 has been identified in any investigated universe. In the past, a variant of Julia Tron has presented in every single investigated universe. Furthermore, it would appear that the variant of Julia Tron power to the one has ceased to exist simultaneously. Therefore, an unprecedented multiverse event must have had led to a complete disappearance or destruction of every other multiverse variant of SCP-1723. Due to the nature and implications of this potential wide-scale multiverse, a meeting was called by the Department of Multiverse Defense based on Hexi Anniversary Foundation Collaboration Agreement from 2018.
What? Oh shit, dude, this is getting crazy. Okay. Do we want to do the read?
Yeah, we got to do voices though. That's the
Okay.
thing.
All right, that's fine. Fucking, who do you want to be? You want to be Doctor?
We'll just go and roll as the colors pop up.
All right. So, what colors do you want?
I'll take green. Okay,
it's
got
fine.
red.
Yep, and I'll take red, yellow, and blue then, and you take top 3.
Okay. We're figuring it out on the fly.
Sorry, yeah, this is fucking impromptu. So,
all right, Dr. Galva. Thank you for all coming here on such a short notice, especially when Yama, I'm aware of the current situation in the universe, and I promise not to waste your time.
I need 1 second. I wasn't expecting Colonel Sanders, but here we are. I mean, Dr. Dulia? Dooley? Oh, please, Dr. Galva. Let's just get to our business.
All right. As you probably know, our field investigation units have reached a frightening answer to riddle SCP-7023. It would appear that some sort of wide-range event of unknown origin and purpose has occurred, leaving no survivors. Save for SCP-7023, what was this event frightening in its scale? It was pure coincidence that we never noticed something was wrong. Whatever happened left no trace of its handiwork.
Okay. So this is now Dr. Mulder. Yes. Our agents have attempted to track the multiversal signature of the subject through all known means. Even, what the fuck is that word? The metagatron. I can't even say. What is that?
I'll just put it in the chat so you all can see this word.
Never have
This
heard this
isn't
in my
real.
entire life.
This is not a real
This
word.
cannot be a real word. Has failed us.
This is not just us words are hard, okay? This is not a real word.
We have no idea what caused it, and we are even more clueless on when it comes to SCP-7023 itself.
Maybe he just got lucky.
Is that not the same voice?
No, it's deeper.
Oh shit.
Sounds like you're a robot here.
Oh, what the fuck? Is that O or Q? 05-7? Then I'd say. Sorry, now you got me wanting to do that. Mr. Mary should consider himself the luckiest man alive.
Agreed. Well, we can't ascertain with a precision that he is the only remaining instance of themselves. He is the most definitely the one and only in the multi-universe cluster, as well as in our neighboring ones.
Well, that may not be necessarily be true. There are a number of universes we cannot check. Oh, is that me? No, it's you. You're green. Am I green? I don't fucking remember now.
Dr. Dudulu, with all due respect, anyone on the X or Y clusters.
Look, all I'm saying is maybe this has something to do with the mimetic pricks. I don't even know what that is.
Yama, please.
Yama.
There is no need for such language here. I understand. Come on.
I know it's funny. No, you don't look. I'm sorry. I know we shouldn't bring our own universal problems here, but we aren't at war. And just because you all refuse to acknowledge it doesn't.
Dr. Dudulu, please, can we discuss this at another time?
Is visibly irritated, but agrees. Oh, that's funny.
Actually, Yama, you might have a point. We've never seen multi-universe threats of this scale before. Rhea Udis, Precum section in their abilities. Maybe they're just missing obvious here.
Dr. Arena?
Dr. Ike and Dr. Rose both turn their heads towards Dr. Ardura.
Sorry, still a bit new to this. I'm forgetting which one is which. I wanted to speak to Dr. Arena Ike.
That would be me.
My God. This is happening, just so you know. This is really happening. Oh, is that me again?
Yeah.
Right. Anyhow, we put aside the obvious problems of how I was wondering why exactly would a civilization, focused on conquering other universes want to destroy a single person in everyone's universe?
Good question. Well, we know one thing. They are persistent. We've managed to hold out against them for years now. Maybe they just figured that they can absorb us, they can destroy us.
Absorb us?
The room falls silent. They don't have the means. No one has that kind of power.
It's a possibility, though. The certainty haven't given the certain fuck. They certainly haven't given up. My world suffers their raids constantly, but you're right. We can deal with them. Even if this was all possible, which it isn't.
As far
I've
as
lost who I am.
as far as we know, we have no idea what's going on in the clusters.
Yes, Dr. Ike, to acknowledge, but even if necessary, power for something like that would be enormous. You might as well just fucking flip back and forth at this point instead of trying to figure out whose fucking line is it anyway.
Yes, Dr. Ike. To our knowledge, but even if the necessary power for something like that would be enormous.
The multiverse is infinite, as far as we know, and according to our estimates, Rayudis,
Yeah,
per the variation, are present in most universes of X and Y clusters. There is a lot of resources in their hands.
yes, but they aren't working together. It's inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Sorry, I just read that and I was like, wait. Precisely. The metric nature makes it impossible for them to work with other variants of themselves. Half of their efforts are focused on fighting themselves.
We should still investigate. If they've found a way to destroy something across the entire multiverse, we're all in extreme danger.
So should we presume what we tried to destroy Miss Troon in all universes, that the metaphorical weapon somehow missed Mr. Mari?
Well, only if we would presume that to be the case.
We do.
All right. We shouldn't eliminate any possibilities for now. Dr. Mulder, is there any information to be gained from SCP-7023 itself?
No, nothing. Useful anyway. He honestly is not an interesting man. He wasn't even aware that the anomalous when we got him. Quite frankly, I am still in the opinion we should release him. This is fucking ridiculous.
We discussed this. He stays in your care until we find out more. We should talk to him again.
He might seem ordinary, but there is quite literally no one else like him. Jesus Christ. And that was an impromptu reading where we lost who our characters were. Jesus God. So, do we want to do the addendums or do we want to jump to a conclusion? Where's the conclusion? That's what I want to know. Oh, there's a lot more.
This one's deep. Wow.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the
we'll
last.
Just read the last message.
Last message of this SCP.
This
This is an urgent message from the Department of Multiverse Defense. To all allied groups within the multiverse, we are under attack. An extremely dangerous memetric phenomenon is spreading throughout the multiverse and is currently attacking us. We have recently classified this phenomenon as SCP-7023. Although the largest affected group itself, Rayudis, per any attempts at communication from this group should be ignored. This message is a warning and a call for help. They have devised a weapon capable of selecting targets in other universes. We have the reason to believe that there is a way to defeat this threat, but we cannot do it alone. Their initial outburst has claimed many of our lives, including our leadership, but we are dedicated to fight back. It is possible that your own universe has already experienced this. Please, if you're receiving this message, forward it on. If you cannot help us, do that at least. Wish you good luck. Your own lives may depend on it.
They may depend on it.
Dark.
Dun dun dun.
Sounds like a Star Wars movie.
Dude, okay, let's multiversal. Oh shit, I haven't seen that one in a while. That one threw me through a loop. But then again, like, are not spirits multiversal as well? Because, like, would you say that they're on a different universal plane at this point? Are we not able to, like, transmit our spirits when we, like, do our spiritual viewing and things like that? Could you consider us multiversal
Does even
animals?
just trying to go to talk to the dead actually open up a portal?
I think so.
Or thin the veil? We've always kind of
I
wondered
think we're the
that.
walking conduit where all you have to do is channel it, and then it's just like, brrr, like, all right, come out. Like, what are we doing now? I mean, that makes the most sense to me. Because, I mean, it's a wild concept for sure, and we are digging really deep into, like, what spirits could possibly be. But, like, I think everybody at this point that's been in this chat and has actually followed the content quite quite a lot. And I know everybody in the chat has seen a lot of this. You'll know that what we talk about all the time is like, I do 100% think that there's like a type of energy that we just cannot detect yet, and we don't know what that is, and that's what the spirits are generating. And then when we see these electrical spikes and things like that, that's probably most likely like an after effect of what's actually happening. Because like, how do you explain the disembodied voices, footsteps, the manifestation stuff? No real good way.
How do you explain voices that shouldn't be on recorders?
Yes, very, very, very much so.
It's just like we always say, energy waves that we can't see, but we can sometimes capture them.
That's what I think it boils down to. And then like, as far as like being able to remote view and things like that, and people that are more like clairvoyant than others, or if you get like a deja vu feeling like all the time, like that's that I feel like you are transferring energy from like some other place. Like it can't always just be like a coincidence. It can't always just be like your intuition is right. Like, and it's just like oh, well, maybe that's what that is.
And
like,
was I a Texan in my past life? It might have just came out right there.
Swear to God. Just like how Violet will do the Southern accent, and sometimes it'll come out of me. It's like that Southern twang will just fucking start ringing, and I'll be like, I can't break it. I got that Southern twang in me. I used to spit dip all day long.
I was born in the mountains.
God damn it. We're gonna be stuck on that for the next 3 days. I can guarantee it too. Do you want to do another one? I think another one could be in order. It's Halloween season. We have to do fun stuff.
We're just hanging out.
Getting me started? What you mean, girl? Everything we talk about gets me started. Do therapy bird.
What?
Yeah, the 744 therapy bird. That one sounds interesting.
What about the unwilling blood?
Oh, unwilling blood sounds cool. Actually, that sounds cooler. Therapy bird just sounds interesting because it's like, what the fuck is that? Ooh, this one's shorter. We can actually just fucking breeze through this one. You want to start? Or you want me to start?
I got it. So SCP, the unwilling blood, 740. Containment class safe. Disruption class dark. We have learned that safe doesn't always mean actually.
No, it's
safe.
not actually safe. It's just locked up good enough to where you guys are probably
we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's not going nowhere.
Rank class notice. I haven't seen a rank class before.
No, this is new. They updated. They did. What do you mean?
Special containment procedures. North Lake Corrections, where SCP-7046 is located, is to be kept under armed guard. Unauthorized persons attempting to access the site are to be apprehended and transported to Site 63 for questioning.
They've never given us the actual location of a subject.
Yeah,
that's
North Lake
wild.
Corrections. At the conclusion of questioning, they are to be administered Class A anesthetics and released or placed into indefinite containment at the discretion of the site director. So they just snap you up.
Yeah, I mean that's what
you are forgotten.
That's what they do. They secure, they protect, and they contain the fuck out of everything. Like,
lock it down.
Like them zip ties never came in so handy. And then the old description, sorry. I'm going way too far into something. SCP-7046 is a cell block in North Lake Corrections, an abandoned corrections facility. Oh shit, this is gonna kill us. Near Winnipeg, Manitoba. Looks like I'm going to Canada. When the facility was in use, SCP-7046 served as a low security wing. North Lake Corrections was abandoned in October 1983. After a fire destroyed another cell block and heavily damaged the prisoners' administrative building. SCP-7046 anomalous properties are the result of thaumaturgic modification. I still don't know what that word is, which occurred approximately 6 months prior to its discovery. Its plumbing and electricity are fully functional despite the building lacking any apparent source of water or electricity. Its exterior walls dampening sounds made the inside structure I just lost my place. Preventing them from being detected to the observers outside. These walls also display evidence of thaumaturgic modification, which once imbued them with holy fucking words, Cognition. Ah!
Cognation hazardous.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know what that is.
Word volume soup. I'm just gonna throw up after this because I can't talk. Effect that discourage observers from entering SCP-7046. However, these modifications were deliberately disabled prior to the object's discovery and presently have no effect. Some cells inside 7046 display no anomalous properties beyond those found throughout the structure. They appear not to have been recently inhabited. Their contents display damage and deterioration consistent with the object's 18 years of abandonment. However, at the time of SCP-7046's discovery, 296 of its cells were fully furnished and had been the subject to further thaumaturgic modification. These cells have been designated SCP-7046-1. Instances of 7046-1 are resistant to damage. Their walls, floors, and ceilings and bars can withstand forces greater than 3,000 newtons and are unaffected by high caliber firearms and light explosives.
Okay, so just to paint a picture of what this is basically an indestructible room.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like, well, not only that, like, why is it anomalous? Why is it unwilling blood? I don't understand this anymore.
Not what I
pictured. Not what I pictured.
Totally not. All right, let's dive in. Let's see if this is even any more interesting.
Just quick some snapping around. No, it's kind of dumb. I don't really like it.
Yeah. So
next,
it is
unwilling. Like, I mean, it's cool. It's safe. We don't want safe. We want traumatic life experiences.
Zombies.
The stalker. Okay. Well, I said traumatic life experiences, and the first thing you clicked on was the stalker. Great one. Wait, what? Class phenomenon? Ooh, I've never heard of one like restricted. This.
Ooh.
Well, it's a short one too. Well, maybe not. Yeah, it is. Cool. All right, let's do this one because actually I've never seen this. This is weird.
This is the stalker. SCP-7072. Special containment procedures investigation into SCP-7072 are currently ongoing, and the recovery of 7072-A is under present responsibility and purview of the Foundation Department of Missing Persons. The area surrounding the Newcastle railway station where SCP-7022 took place has been cornered off under the cover story of it undergoing maintenance. So this area is just constantly under construction.
The fuck? Description. SCP-7072 is the designation given to the nature surrounding the disappearance of Lloyd Martinez, a 27-year-old human male working as a social worker stationed in Newcastle region, Northern Ireland. For the purposes of brevity, within the document, Lloyd Martinez is hereafter designated as SCP-7072-A. On the 30th of November 2017, from 2:08 p.m. to 2:36 p.m., surveillance cameras situated at the Newcastle railway station were able to capture the occurrence of an anomalous phenomena that accumulated. Jesus Christ, words are so fucking hard. To SCP-7072 manifesting. The following footage is the transcript recovered from the cameras. Ooh, beginning of log.
Okay, we're going to paint a picture for you.
Yep.
Video log of 7072.1. Beginning of log. Footage shows several civilians, including SCP-7072-A, standing in the platform next to the railway, minding their business and waiting for the designated line train to arrive. In his hands, SCP-7072-A can be seen carrying what seems to be a sealed package of store-bought pie. Good
Hell
sense,
yeah.
good sense of taste on him.
Good man.
He's visibly smiling and has gingerly inspects the pie. SCP-7072-A suddenly stops as he takes out his personal cell phone from the pocket of his jacket and answers it. He takes a couple of steps backwards before turning his back on the railway to focus on his cell phone. As he's talking, the line train finally arrives and pulls into the station, opening its side doors. The other civilian individuals began to quickly board the line train. Upon hearing this and turning around, SCP-72-A can be seen frantically speaking into his cell phone and hanging up the phone call. He fumbles to put his cell phone back into his jacket pocket, having to balance it and the store-bought pie. He succeeds and hurriedly makes his way to the doors of the line train. Suddenly, as he does, 6 corporeal multi-joined arms emerge from a darkened area on the platform behind SCP-7072-A. They are notably emancipated, possessing red, green stripe patterns on their bare skin, and seem to be capable of extending indefinitely as one of the arms unexpectedly grabs and holds onto SCP-7072-A's mouth.
Damn.
His eyes widen in terror and he attempts to scream as fluorescent lights illuminate the station, somehow begin to flicker. Another arm holds onto SCP-72's wrist, causing the pie to be dropped on the floor. The arms dragging SCP-7072-A away from the line train and to where they originated from. His legs and jacket are also seized by the arms, and he is powerless to escape them. As the line train closes its doors and begins to depart from the platform, SCP-7072-A eventually disappears out of sight, and the fluorescent lights return to normal.
Not the fucking pie.
Dude, the pie was just forgotten about right there on the train line.
I said trauma. This is trauma. That's fucking trauma, if I ever heard of trauma. Okay, so following this discovery of SCP-7072, civilian individuals were interviewed in order to provide witness testimony to the investigation. However, none of the reported noticing the aforementioned events unfolding, as there were too distracted by the line train's intercom system, unforeseeably playing distorted audio believed to be the song of White Christmas by Bill Cosby. The individuals were all emancipated shortly after. Or amnesties. What the fuck does that say? Amnestized? I don't even know what that word is either.
I don't know what that is.
I mean, probably like put to sleep, but fuck.
Basically it.
Yeah, that's fucking. That sounds terrifying. That's gonna live in my dream world. Like any dark corner is just whoop.
I want that thing to exist. That sounds sick.
That does sound fucking wild. Well, dude, it's like it's what is it? No, I can't think of it. Beetlejuice. It's like fucking you open the thing and the worms are fucking all striped and shit. Like that for some reason that's the only thing that I could like relate it to and imagine. It's like fucking what? Like that's terrifying. I ain't gonna lie. That's cool though. I really like that one. That one is like I didn't expect the stalker to be like a bunch of like incorporeal arms that are just like all fucking striped and weird. And just,
no, I thought it was gonna be some like alien dude or something that just like stole people.
And they really focused on the pie. I really liked the aspect of that. Like, but they didn't tell us what kind of pie. That's what I am a little disappointed.
Well, we don't know because it was just security footage.
Yeah, but like they probably sent people and they're like, "Hey man, that smells like an apple pie," or like that's cherry pie. Like, you know what I mean? Like y'all were too fucking busy singing Bill Cosby. Like, what the fuck?
They ate it and they're like, "Dude, what kind of pie was that?" And
or like the arms are just like, "I just wanted the pie," and they're scooping it off the ground.
Oh, dude, that would have been crazy if it came back for the pie.
Little did they know, after that they just stopped watching the footage. Just like the fucking dude just got taken. What the fuck? And they looked away, and then all of a sudden, like hands came back out and the scoop pie.
Yeah, maybe the pie was gone.
As fuck. Not gonna lie, that would be the best. All right, so who's gonna make a short film of that? Because I don't got the budget. I don't got the time either right now. Although short forms sound fun like that. Short films, I mean.
We could do something like that.
I think so. And then do we want to read one more? Or do we want to do a story off of the Reddit forum? And then see what we get out of that.
Let's do a No Sleep Boy.
We're just throwing all the spooky times at you. This might as well be the Monster Mash Part 2 and 3. American Pie. Actually, bravo. That's funny. I enjoyed that joke. Oh boy. There's new ones that I've never even seen on there. How long is that one? That one's short. Hell yeah. I got this.
You want to?
I want the first one. You read the second one. How's that sound? Sound good to you?
Okay.
Because baby monitors are my shit. I had to watch one with Violet, and I watched something happen in a baby monitor. So this is off of the No Sleep Reddit forum. This is anybody can go find these and read. Everybody posts
If you
on there
want
all
to
the
follow
time.
along, I will.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know why we didn't do that earlier because we could do that with SCP stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we like to read these stories and give you guys, our little like haha take on it, and then we talk about it at the end. So without further ado, this was posted by Theresa Anders.
Yeah.
Andes. I can't really see that far away.
Andes.
So I installed a baby monitor to help me sleep. Now I wish I hadn't, is the title. I've always had trouble sleeping. It's not just tossing and turning. It's the feeling of something watching me. I know it sounds paranoid, but there are nights when I wake up with my heart pounding, convinced that there's someone or something in my room. I'd scan the dark, trying to catch a glimpse of whatever was there, but I'd never see anything, just shadows and silence. It got so bad that I decided to get a baby monitor. I know it sounds weird for an adult, but I figured I could see the whole room from my phone, and I'd at least be able to tell myself that it was all in my head. I bought a simple one from Amazon, set it up on my dresser, and felt kind of silly for even thinking it would help. The first few nights, it actually worked. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, check my phone, see an empty room, and breathe a sigh of relief. But in about a week, things changed. It was around 3 a.m. when I woke up drenched in sweat. I was half asleep, still caught in that groggy state where reality blurs with dreams. My phone buzzed, and I saw a notification from the Monitor app. Motion detected. I blinked, confused, and I opened the app. The screen was dark, just showing me the room, bathed in a green glow of the night vision. At first, I didn't see anything unusual, but then I noticed a slight movement in the corner of the screen. It was subtle, like a shadow shifting, and for a moment, I thought maybe it was just a trick of the light. It looked like thick. A thick light. But when I saw it again, a figure, just barely visible, standing near the foot of my bed, I froze, my heart hammering in my chest. I tried to convince myself it was a glitch, but as I watched the figure, it started to move, slowly, like it was swaying back and forth. I thought about getting up, turning on the lights, but something kept me glued to the screen. I didn't want to look away, didn't want to miss a single second of whatever was happening. Then, the figure stepped closer, and I saw it wasn't just a shadow. It was a woman. She was pale, translucent, with long dark hair, and it hung tangled strands around her face. Her eyes were wide open, staring directly at the camera, as if she knew I was watching. I felt my stomach twist. I didn't recognize her. She didn't look like anyone I knew, and I had no idea how she could have gotten into my apartment, but she was there, standing in my room, swaying like she was caught in a slow rhythmic dance. I wanted to scream, call the police, but I was paralyzed. I just kept watching, hoping she would disappear, and then maybe I'd blink and she'd be gone. But she didn't. Instead, she started moving closer to the camera, her head tilting to the side as she walked slow and deliberate. The closer she got, the more I realized how wrong she looked. Her limbs were bent at awkward angles, like her joints didn't work right. Her mouth was twisted into a tight, unnatural smile.
It's the grunge.
It's the grid. The grudge. The grudge. Yeah, dude, it sounds fucking terrifying.
Those dweebs are spot on there.
Very spot on. She leaned in so close that her face took up the entire screen, and I could see every detail. The dark circles under her eyes and the cracked lips. The small cut just below her right eye that oozed a thick black liquid. I could hear the breathing, slow and ragged. Struggling in this... Sorry, that made me giggle. I wanted to look away, but I couldn't. And then she spoke. Her voice was low, barely a whisper, but I heard it clearly.
I see you.
The screen went black. I sat there in the dark, clutching my phone, waiting for something to happen. I don't know how long I stayed like that, but eventually I got up the courage. I got up the courage to turn the lights, to turn on the lights. Jesus, words are so fucking hard. The room was empty. The door was locked. I checked every corner, every closet, every inch of the place, but there was no sign of her. It was like she had never been there at all. But I knew what I saw. The next day, I tried to convince myself it was just a nightmare, that maybe I'd imagined the whole thing. But when I checked the app, there was a video saved from the night before. I hesitated, but I opened it hoping to see nothing but an empty room. Instead, I saw her again, just as before, standing in the corner, staring directly at the camera. I deleted the app that afternoon. I took it down the monitor, shoved it in a drawer, and tried to forget about the whole thing. But the thing is, I kept waking up, still feeling like something was watching me, and I'd hear something, or sometimes in the middle of the night, that same shallow, ragged breathing like someone was struggling to breathe. Last night, it got worse. I woke up at 3 a.m. the same time as before, but this time there was no notification, no buzzing, just the sound of breathing right next to my ear. I didn't want to look, but I felt like I had to. I turned over slowly, and there she was. She was laying next to me, her face inches from mine, but the same twisted smile. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe, as she whispered,
I see you.
Fucking creepy. I don't know what to do. I'm scared to sleep, scared to close my eyes, because every time I do, I see her standing there, swaying in the corner, just waiting. And I know one of these nights, she's not going to disappear when I open my eyes. She's going to be right there, laying next to me, smiling.
I see you.
Fuck! Dude, that actually does sound kind of creepy, because that isn't that unachievable for a ghost, if you ask me.
That's a really good short story.
That's
a
a
good
really
creepy
good,
pasta
yeah,
right
no,
there.
that was very well written. I'm gonna give that one a 8.5 out of 10. That was a very well written short story. That actually had me kind of like goosebump too a little bit, like just like the I see you. So fucking weird. And like the thing is, we don't know if this is true or if it's not true. And that fucking bumps. You're damn right it bumps.
I give it a bump.
I give it a bump. An 8.5 bump out of 10 bump. It's great. I bet you that was loud. Jesus God. All right, next one. Something good. Ooh, wait, what's the rules? My old job.
Oh, I don't know if we want that.
Oh yeah, that one has some type of a warning with it.
That one came with a warning.
The hell is that name? Hold on, we're gonna pick a good one for you guys.
That one's
Just
hard
let
to
that
follow.
one, like,
That one's hard
that
to
was
follow.
really
up.
good, because some of these are not as good. I'll just leave it at that. Everybody has creative talent, but some of them are much so like I liked it. What just happened? Ooh. That's a long one though.
That'll take a half hour to read. Nobody wants that.
With a little bit of proof. That's a good one right there. That's a little bit of proof.
This one I'll throw a link in the live chat
Whoop, whoop.
for y'all if you want to read it along.
Reading along.
Going to butcher this username. Troquentis28.
I think you nailed it. It's 28 though.
28, yeah. All right.
Nailed it.
How about a ghost story with a little bit of proof?
Give me the proof.
My mother was pregnant with me, and I was going to be my parents' first child. They lived in a house that was a decent size in Sandy Hook, Connecticut.
Fuck.
Yes, the same Sandy Hook. But my dad was a carpenter, so he decided to put an additional onto the house before I was born to make room in case they wanted more children down the road. Being a carpenter, my dad had a lot of tools and basically did the whole addition himself. One day, working on the addition, he noticed that he was missing a tool that he knew he had put there the day before.
Mhm.
He looked all over the house, but it was nowhere to be found. So he ended up just buying a new one at the hardware store. The next day, the same thing happened. A tool went missing and he bought a new one. That went on for a long time. Screwdriver here, hammer there. One by one, they would all start disappearing day after day with no real explanation. When I was born, my dad basically replaced every tool he owned with a new one by the time the addition was finally done.
Damn.
Part 1 of the weird stuff.
Here we go. This is the best parts.
After my mom gave birth to me and was good to leave the hospital, my parents came home to put me in my brand new room that my dad had just built. Shockingly, every tool that my dad had misplaced was lying in the threshold of the room, arranged in order from smallest to largest. No signs of damage to any of them, and they were exactly the way they were the day they went missing. No tools were unaccounted for. Now, you might think that maybe somebody was stealing them, and when they saw that my dad was rebuilding a room for a newborn baby, they had a guilt trip and returned them, but it gets weirder. The whole incident freaked my parents out, and they would tell the story to friends, relatives, etc. After telling it to my aunt, she suggested that my parents talk to a friend who claims that she can talk to spirits. Being skeptical about the whole spiritual thing, my parents reluctantly agreed to have the spirit lady, as my mom calls her, come by. As soon as she entered the house, she knew that something or someone was there. She told my parents in her own way. She communicated with the spirit and identified him as Cato, a runaway slave from the South who made his way up to Connecticut to start a new life. She said that he built the house himself and still resides in it, but is friendly. Apparently, Cato was upset that my dad was building an addition to the house that he built and was trying to stop him by stealing his tools. But when he figured out that my dad was building it to make a room for a child, he understood and returned the tools. Cato kind of became a fun excuse for us in the family anytime the remote went missing or something fell off the counter. Cato, did you want to change the channel? My mom would say. It was kind of freaky, but nothing paranormal ever happened after the tool incident. It was kind of cool to think that we had a friendly ghost in the house watching over us. We moved out of that house in 1997 to the Boston area, not knowing whether or not the story of Cato was true. However, 10 years after moving out in 2007, one of my family members still living in Sandy Hook area called to inform us that there was an archaeological study done in the old city about a former slave houses. And sure enough, my house was chosen to be part of it. She sent us reports, and it all made us take a step back. They found an X on the part of the chimney base, which traces back to homes built for former slaves, as well as a shoe under kitchen floorboards, which was believed to prevent evil from entering the house. Even more striking was that the historians believed that the house to be built by a man named Cato Friedman, a runaway slave, hadn't been back to the house since I left, but I would love to have a chance to go check it out. Here's an article about the excavation.
Shit, and there's proof. There's proof. That's fucking lit.
We'll just show you guys.
None of it's loaded.
It's not loaded.
I don't know if that's an ad or not, though.
I don't either.
Well,
That's an ad.
That was an ad. More ads. Well, I'll see the proof.
It's all spread out here.
Oh. And adware. Damn, they really got these ads sprinkled in there hard.
Yeah, this is crazy, y'all.
Well, that failed.
I thought there was gonna be pictures or something.
I don't see no pictures. I like to visually learn. I feel like Forrest Gump.
So I don't know if that's actual proof.
No, but realistically though, it's very, very, very intriguing. Because if that's like, I mean, I'm gonna believe it because he actually attached something that like could definitely be proof. If it's like a correct
legit thing.
Yeah, if it's like a correct link that we have, don't know. But
I don't know if news time is a
yeah, I don't know if it's a crock of shit or
legitimate.
not. This is also an 11-year-old story. So there's also that.
Yeah, this is an old no sleep. I give it a bump.
Yeah, I'd say this one bumps for sure. Because it's more relatable to like what people actually have happened instead of it being like a spooky story. Like it's like, hey, no, actually, like ghosts are real. That happened. This happened to me. And then I have some evidence because randomly they just did a survey and this is what they found out. Huh. That's pretty interesting if you ask me.
You never know what you're gonna get with these Reddit stories. Nope. Sometimes you'll read it and you're like, oh, that could be fiction, but also that might not be fiction.
Right. I mean, it could be fiction, could not be fiction. Who knows? Like it could be anything.
Interesting. All right. Well, I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah,
tonight.
We've done SCPs, we've done the histories of Samhain, we've done now these spooky stories, and we love Halloween. So I mean, you guys already know that we got these 2 videos coming out. If you haven't already checked out our re-edit of the Asher Walton video that was out 2 years ago now, it's crazy that it's been that long, I feel like, but it is re-edited. It is way better. You can hear everything a lot easier.
The audio is so much better.
There's stuff that wasn't in the first one that made it to the second one. It's fucking chef's kiss. Like, ragazzi.
Yes. Don't forget, Friday, go to Ghost Bros.
Me and you're over there.
Go over there. We'll be there.
Woo woo.
And till next time, folks, remember, keep your ears and eyes open for what really goes.
Bump.
Peace.
All of you guys. Bye.